It is often best to avoid a group setting, if possible, in order to maintain your reasoning powers or to enter such moments with the maximum skepticism. Demagogues in politics or media try to stir a continuous sense of panic, urgency, and outrage. They must keep the emotional levels high. Your defense is simple. Consider your reasoning powers, your ability to think for yourself, the most precious position. Your most precious position. Resent any kind of intrusion upon your independent mind by others. When you feel you are in the presence of demagogue, become doubly wary and analytical. Rationality is something to be acquired by individuals. First and foremost, its existence throughout history and in all cultures of people of high rationality, the types who have made the progress possible. Warren Buffett, to name but a few. All of these types share certain qualities: a realistic appraisal of themselves and their weaknesses, a devotion to truth and reality, a tolerant attitude toward people, and the ability to reach goals that they have set. The second factor is that almost all of us, at some point in our lives, have experienced in moments of greater rationality. This often comes with what we shall call the maker's mindset. We have a project to get done, perhaps with a deadline. The only emotion we can afford is excitement and the energy. Other emotions simply make it impossible to concentrate. Because we have to get results, we become exceptionally practical. We focus on the work, our mind, the calm, and our ego, and trading. If people try to interrupt or impact us with emotions we resented, these moments, as fleeting as few weeks or hours, reveal the rational self that is waiting to come out. It just requires some awareness and some practice. Know yourself thoroughly. The emotional self thrives on ignorance. The moment you are aware of how it operates and dominates you is the moment it loses its hold on you and can be tamed. Therefore, your first step toward the rational is always inward. You want to catch the emotional self in action. For this purpose, you must reflect on how you operate under stress. What particular weaknesses come up in such moments? The desire to please and to bully or to control, the levels of mistrust. Look at your decisions, especially those that have been ineffective. Can you see a pattern, an underlying insecurity that impacts them? Examine your strengths. What makes you different from other people? This will help you decide upon goals that match with your long-term interests and that are aligned with your skills. By knowing and valuing what marks you as different, you will also be able to resist and pull up group bias and effect. Examine your emotions to their group roots. You're angry. Let the feeling settle from within and think about it. Was it triggered by something seemingly trivial or petty? That is a sure sign that something or someone else is behind it. Perhaps a more uncomfortable emotion is at the source, such as envy or paranoia. You need to look at this square in the eye. Dig below any trigger points to see where they started. For these purposes, it might be wise to use a journal in which you record your self-assessments with the ruthless objectivity. Your greatest danger here is your ego and how it makes you unconsciously maintain illusions about yourself. These may be comforting in the moment, but in the long run, They make you defensive and unable to learn or progress. Find a neutral position from which you can observe your actions with a bit of detachment and even humor. Soon, all of this will become second nature, and when the emotional self suddenly rears its head in some situation, you will see it as it happens and be able to step back and find that neutral position. Encourage your reaction time. This power comes through practice and repetition. When some event or interaction requires a response, you must train yourself to step back. This could mean physically removing yourself to a place where you can be alone and feel any pressure to respond. Or it could mean writing that angry email but not sending it. You sleep on it for a day or two. You do not make a phone calls or communicate while feeling some sudden emotion, particularly resentment. If you find yourself rushing to commit to people, to hire or be hired by them, step back and give it a day. Cool the emotions down. The longer you can take, the better, because perspective comes with time. Consider this like resistance training. The longer you can resist reacting, the more mental space you have for actual reflection, and the stronger your mind will become. Accept the people as facts. Interaction with people are the major source of emotional turmoil, but it doesn't have to be that way. The problem is that we are continually judging people. We think there is something that they are not, often the way we think and act. And because this is not possible, because everyone is different, we are continually frustrated and upset. Instead, see other people as a phenomena, as a neutral, as calm as our plants. They simply exist. They come in all varieties, making life rich and interesting. Work with what they give you instead of resisting and trying to change them. Make understanding people a fun game. The solving of puzzles. It is a part of the human comedy. Yes, people are irrational, but so are you. Make your acceptance of human nature as radical as possible. This will calm you down and have you observe people more desperately, understanding them on a deeper level. You will stop projecting your own emotions onto them. All of this will give you a more balance and calmness, more mental space for thinking. Find the optimal balance of thinking and emotion. You cannot divorce emotions from thinking. The two are completely intertwined. But there is inevitably a dominant factor, some people more clearly governed by emotions than others. The horse is our emotional nature continually impelling us to move. This horse has a tremendous energy and power, but without the rider, it cannot be guided. It is wild, subject to predators, and continually heading into trouble. The rider is our thinking self. Through training and practice, it holds the reins and guides the horse, transforming this powerful animal energy into something productive. The one without the other is useless. Without the rider, no direct movement or purpose. Without the horse, no energy, no power. In most people, the horse dominates and the rider is weak. Instead of being slaves to this energy, we channel it. This is the essence of rationality. As an example of this ideal, in action, try to maintain perfect balance between skepticism, radar, and curiosity. The two can coexist. It is a balance that all genius possess. You have felt this in your own life when absorbed in a project, time flying by, and experiencing occasional bursts of excitement as you make discoveries or progress in your work. There are other pleasures as well. Being able to tame the emotional self leads to an overall calmness and clarity. In this state of mind, you are less consumed by petty conflicts and considerations. Your actions are more effective, which also leads to less turmoil. You have the immense satisfaction of your mastering yourself in a deep way. You have more mental space to be creative. You feel more in control.